Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with another disturbing Jay Slater video, and I do apologize for bringing this one to you late. Over these past couple of days, I've still been feeling ill. I'm not too sure what's going on in the United Kingdom at this moment in time, but I've been ill since Christmas. For the past couple of days, I had to kind of just take time off, rejuvenate, get myself back to fighting spirits, and here we are again, talking about Jay Slater. It's going to be interesting, in fact. Over the past couple of days, we've been talking about the white cars in Masca. At this moment in time, I'm really focused on Masca, the Airbnb. What happened at the Airbnb? Why did Jay leave that Airbnb? And do we have any real evidence to prove that Jay walked up that road? Because at this moment in time, we don't. We don't have any real evidence to prove that Jay left the Airbnb and walked up that road other than a Phileas statement. It's only a Phileas statement that glues that narrative together. And at this moment in time, a Phileas statement can't be trusted. And the reason why her statement can't be trusted is because of the way she reacted when she saw Warren and Zach. Putting her chairs in and shutting her shutters doesn't make any sense to me. That proves that she knows something that she isn't telling us, and I think she knows that she told us a lie. And if she never told us a lie, it was easy to get anyone to walk up that road that maybe resembled Jay to a degree, maybe LK, to make it look like Jay walked up that road. Maybe LK was just walking because he was going to link someone else. Remember, we've got evidence to prove that these cars were driving to the lay-bys within Masca, searching for what I don't know, and maybe, just maybe, LK, who Ophelia thought was Jay, was walking to link some of the guys at the lay-bys. Again, there's no evidence to prove that Jay walked up that road. We've got all of this Masca footage of cars driving up and down, but no one can show us footage of Jay walking up that road early that morning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back to that Masca footage because someone sent me a video which is extremely interesting, and it might just prove that what we've been saying over these past couple of videos about the white cars is actually true. And actually, I've got two things to share with you about the white car and about that lay-by that people kept going to. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. You don't want to go anywhere. Let's check this out. Okay, cool. So let's start right here. This video you can see on the screen is of Zach. Zach done a minor interview whilst in Masca, and I want to listen to it. The reason why I want to listen to this interview is because over these past couple of months, there's been a lot actually going on, a number of missing people. However, how families have handled the case themselves has been different to how this case with Jay Slater was handled by the family. I really do feel sorry for Zach. I feel sorry for Warren. I feel sorry for Debbie, because I feel like they haven't had anyone really on their side. No one really standing with them, demanding answers. And that's the reason why they've allowed this just to play out the way it's played out. How many people went with Billy George over to Spain and was demanding answers? They were protesting. I know John George is a 37-year-old and his family, or some of his family, are knee deep in. And that's what people are going to come back with. But let me quickly turn your attentions to another lady who went through the same process. You had another case in Dublin, young Noah Donoghue. The young lad was found dead in a water shaft miles away from his home. His mum just didn't understand how he got there, why he got there, who would have taken him there. No, the mum was demanding answers, and she got some of the answers, but she's still trying to make sense of it up until this day, doing podcasts, doing interviews, sharing her story about her son Noah, because she wants to know what actually happened, because she doesn't believe the official narrative, the story that the authorities have sold her. And the point that I'm making here is, this lady's son has died under mysterious circumstances. Even though she's found the body, she's had the funeral, she's been sold a narrative by the officials, she still demands answers. She's still trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to understand if the Slaters still care about finding out the truth, or are they happy with what they've been given? The main problem for these guys is when they were in Tenerife, they had no control of what was going on. They were being controlled. They were being manipulated. What they think, what they feel, what they believed, that was by the people that was in the circle with them. Throughout Warren's videos, he indicated that he didn't buy or believe in anything that was being said to him. See, the only problem for Warren is that he never had the entourage that Billy George had. Warren was there by himself. And on that basis, everyone that was involved was more or less against Warren, Zach, and Debbie, but made it look like they were on their side. They made it look like they were on their side, but they wasn't on their side. And this video of Zach is proof that they didn't have anyone on their side. Zach wasn't confident. Zach didn't know what was going on. Zach didn't know what to say. To a degree, it sounds like Zach knew something more than he was telling, and his body language and things that he says in this interview kind of give it away. It makes me feel like he did know more than he actually mentioned.
Just wanting to come back. We don't know where he is, what's happened, or anything.
That part there, we don't know where he is, what's happened, or anything. And then it's just like, oh man, like, where do I go with this? You can see it in his body language.
I don't know. I
You
don't know.
see how he breathes there as well, like he's really unsure of himself, or he's trying to avoid giving something away.
I'm just wanting to come back. We don't know where he is, what's happened, or anything. I don't know. I don't know what's that. Honestly, I just can't. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, he's like, how in that moment do you not know what to say? If you was really in a position where you was looking for your brother, you should have so much more to say. But he has nothing to say. He doesn't know what to say. Doesn't make any sense to me unless this guy is just a really, really shy guy, really unsure of himself, really shy, doesn't really talk much. But I don't get that from Zach. Why at this point is Zach struggling to string a sentence together? Let's listen to this one more time.
I'm just wanting to come back. We don't know where he is, what's happened, or anything.
It's just the way he says that.
I don't know what's that. Honestly, I just can't. I don't know what to say.
Even that last bit, it's kind of like he's just saying, I really don't want to talk about this. I really don't want you to ask me these questions. That's how he comes across.
No, I don't know what's that. Honestly, I just can't. I don't know what to say. We're just wanting to come back home.
In my opinion, it seems that Zach knows more than he's telling. I do know Zach watches our content as well. Videos that I was posting on my story on TikTok, Zach was actually watching. But why hasn't Zach come out and spoken? Why hasn't he said anything? Okay, here we are again, back at Mascot, looking at this white car. And I've got something interesting to share with you. In fact, I've got two things that I'm going to be sharing with you in regards to the white car and this situation taking place in Mascot. Now, as we were saying, there is no real evidence to prove that Jay walked up this road. But one thing we do have is evidence to show white cars stopping off at these lay-bys, and it looks like they are searching or looking for something. In some of the footage, we can see them getting out of the cars. We can see them actually arriving to the lay-by and then picking up whoever's there waiting at the lay-by. And this is footage from the day that Jay allegedly went missing up until maybe 48 hours after Jay had gone missing. So the videos that we've been looking at of the white cars and so on and so forth are the days following Jay's disappearance. But what's extremely interesting is this. This is a comment that was posted in the Jay Slater missing group, the official group, the only official group according to Rachel. Now, as I've told you, I believed that the cars that were driving into the lay-bys, they were looking for something, they were searching for something, and I was definitely right with that. This person, Laura, says to Lucy, I seen a comment yesterday from a woman to say that was her in the white car. They stopped to the side of the road doing a search, and her husband had pulled over to the side of the road to get water out of the boot of the car. Lucy responds to a person called Danielle. So she doesn't respond to Laura. She responds to Danielle, and she says to Danielle, the white car today was us. This was not today. So what we have this confirming, ladies and gentlemen, is Lucy May was in a white car with someone driving in Mascot looking for Jay. And that proves that she was one of the white cars that we were looking at on the CCTV footage of Mascot. They're putting into the lay-bys and searching the edges of those areas. But another thing that I want to bring to your attention, ladies and gentlemen, is the same lay-by. You know, we've got the lay-by here. There's a lot of activity in this lay-by. From the day that Jay went missing up until the 15th of July, we've got evidence, alleged evidence, of cars in the lay-by on the 15th of July. Let's just keep watching this. What are these people doing? Same lay-by. I mean, they could be builders. They could be working on something. We don't know at this moment in time. But their movements are questionable. I don't entirely buy into them being builders because I'm pretty sure they're both driving cars. Let's just keep watching here. So you've got two cars here, and there seems to be a few people here. This is the same lay-by that we saw the white car pulling into, and it looked like it was looking over the edges. I mean, we say looked like, but it was driving slowly, and I believe the people in the car would have been looking over the edge. But why? What were they looking for? Now we've got two cars back here again with around about 4 or 5 people outside the car. Some people are on the other side of the edge in the actual ravine itself, or the edge of the ravine. What are they doing there? What are they looking for? And this is why this doesn't make any sense to me, because we've got all of this footage, but we can't prove that there's one person just walking up this road. Where is the video of Jay walking up the road? Where is it? You prove that to me and I'll stop doing content on Jay Slater, because right now it makes no sense. But these two cars are there, and then we're going to see one of these cars pull out and the other one just does a U-turn and goes the other way. But what were they doing? This is meant to be on July the 15th, ladies and gentlemen. This video footage from the webcam is meant to be July the 15th, the day the body was found. What are these guys doing? Who are these guys? There you go. That car follows them. And just to let you know, at one point, ladies and gentlemen, it looked like they was at the boot of one of the cars. It looked like they had opened the boot of one of these cars. What were they doing? What were they transferring into the black car? I don't know. I really don't know. Was this a drug deal? Or has this something to do with Jay Slater? And as we see, that car turns around and goes back the way it clearly come from. So the only difference with this car looks like it's got a black roof. It looks like a white car with like a black roof. I don't know. But this is meant to be the 15th of July. And they're parked at the same lay-by. That was exactly the same lay-by. That lay-by is questionable. Are you telling me that is the lay-by that Jay would have taken his trip off-road? Is that where Jay would have went off-road? Because that means Jay didn't walk up that whole whirly road then, does it? What we do have is video footage proving that multiple people shortly after Jay's disappearance were seen at that lay-by on several occasions. Now we've got footage allegedly from the 15th of July whereby we see two cars or a small type black van parked in the same lay-by. People are on the other side of the edge. If you actually look closely, it does look like they're wearing white suits. And if you're wearing white suits, that could only be one thing and one thing only: the forensics. If that's the forensics, it means that's where they kind of located the body. Are you telling me the body wasn't that far away from the road? Are you telling me all you had to do is jump over the edge of the lay-by, go down this little bit like Brad said, and Jay was just there? Is that what you're telling me? Another thing that this doesn't make any sense is Lucy's story confirming that Jay was cut by a cactus lying in a ditch. I've just never been able to get my head around whether that happened after the fall or was that before the fall. If it happened before the fall, it makes no sense as to why he got up and continued walking. If it happened after the fall, it still makes no sense because it means he survived the fall and then made the call and sent the screenshots. Either way, it just doesn't make any sense. And I need to know what you guys are thinking right about now. Leave your comments down below. Let me know exactly what you are thinking. We've got plenty more content coming. I do apologize for bringing this one to you late, but I'm going to make up for it. I'm going to make up for it with more videos and more videos and more videos. So make sure you hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. Turn your notification bells on so you don't miss out on any of the videos. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.